right now.
Come in.
Hi, Alex Miller.
Hey, yes.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you. Delaney Chambers from
Nice to
Complete
meet
Document
you.
Solutions. So glad we finally got to meet in
Of
person.
course.
Okay, so I wanted to give you one of my business cards,
Okay.
just in case after the meeting you
Awesome.
have any
Yeah.
questions or
Thank you.
my email and my personal cell are on
Okay.
there.
Awesome.
So I wanted to get started today and just kind of have a chance for us to get to know each other.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, how you ended up here at Garcia and Davis.
Yeah, of
What made you
course.
stay?
Yeah, so I've been here for about 7 years now. My mom actually was an accountant, worked in an accounting firm, so she always encouraged me to get into that background. So I went through school, decided, sure, I'll go for it, and been here for the past 7 years now.
That's awesome. You know, that makes me think, I was looking into your company and I saw how you guys were client-centric focused, and even with your mom being an accountant, I actually did an internship with CDS before I took on the full-time position.
Oh, awesome.
And it made me just think, like, I had a great mentor that kind of made me decide to take that full-time position.
Yeah.
So I totally get the value of relationships. And speaking of relationships, I just want to make sure that you know my purpose here today is really just to be an advisor for you.
Okay,
I want to make sure that you're making the best decision for Garcia and Davis, whether that's a CDS or not. We'll figure that out today. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds
Okay,
good.
awesome. And then in the essence of time, I went ahead and set an agenda for us today.
Okay.
So I'll take that out and I'll take a little notes if you don't mind.
Of course, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so for our agenda today, I kind of just wanted to go through kind of the decision process that you guys have at Garcia and Davis, talk about your current situation, any issues or challenges that you've been facing, and then jump into a little bit about CDS.
Okay.
And then if we decide that there is a potential for a relationship, then we can make those next steps after. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds
Is there
good.
anything you wanted to add or change to that? Nope, that sounds awesome. Great. Well, then let's just transition into those questions. Does that sound good? All right. So when you're making a decision, like partnering with an IT vendor, are you the sole decision maker or yes? Okay. So nobody else that needs to be involved with that?
No.
Great. And so do you have any sort of like time frame you're set on this? Any like end date for when you want to implement this?
As soon as possible. If there's a solution that can save me time and make this whole situation less stressful, then I want to get it implemented and working as soon as I can.
Awesome. That's definitely something that we can try to get done. And then when you're looking at a bunch of companies and trying to pick which one's the best, what kind of criteria like stands out to you and really makes it?
I mean, especially working with an IT, I need a company I can trust. We work with a lot of confidential information with our clients and everything, and I can't have information getting out there that is theirs. I know one thing, I know when we spoke on the phone, you mentioned smart printers or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I did some research, looked into it, and just from what I was reading, I feel like I've seen a lot of articles that like people who have those have been hacked and like information stolen, and that's not something I'd be able to move forward with if that's a possibility.
Yeah, so smart printers are really the concern for you, or the security of those?
I mean, if smart printers can't get hacked, then I'm fine with them, but if it's possible for someone to get in and take my client's information, then that's something that would be not really feasible.
Of course, definitely. I mean, when you're working with that important information, what's important to you is important to us, and we do have the top level of security. So I'll definitely get into that a little bit more later on when I start talking about CDS.
Okay.
Does that make you feel a little bit more comfortable about that?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so talking about your typical situation, I mean, printing is a big part of what we do here at CDS. So tell me, what does a typical print job look like for you?
It really depends. So I sit primarily in our New Jersey office, but we have Dallas and San Francisco as well, and they've actually both pretty much doubled in size recently.
Wow.
Dallas had 14 people, now they're up to 22, or 28 actually, and then San Francisco had 22, and now they're up to 48. So both of them are just growing so much, so they have so much more demand on these printers, and each office has their own problems.
For sure.
But it's just, with all the growth, it's really hard to keep up with.
Definitely not fun, especially when you're the sole IT decision maker here, and I mean, it's all on your shoulders, so I definitely understand.
And I'm not technical, so half the time I have no idea what they're talking about.
I completely understand. So I was actually talking to Jane Williams at Penny & Case, and she was telling me how she saw that you were kind of dealing with some of those unforeseen issues. I mean, you just mentioned that.
She's always with me when I get all the phone calls.
So, I mean, tell me a little bit more about those. I know you said each office has their own issues, so tell me about some of those issues that you have been seeing.
Yeah, so Dallas, they obviously have a lot of new people, a lot of the younger accountants. And their thing is, which they keep calling me about, I don't know how it would work or how you can make it happen, but they're out in meetings or out with clients, and they want to be able to print back to the office, like just from their phones or from their tablets, the iPads or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that would be helpful. And I know even just me, like if I have to print a document or send it to them for them to grab, I'd have to go to my desk, print or send it to an email, and then have someone open the email, print it there.
Yeah.
Like if I could just press a button from my phone to print it over there, like I don't know if I can print like across states. I don't know if that's possible.
It actually is. And
Really?
I'll totally get into that
Oh wow.
later
Okay.
on. But
Yeah. So that would be helpful for the Dallas office. San Francisco, they have 2 printers, I believe.
Okay.
But they're like San Francisco Techland. They have all these features, and no one can figure them out. There's like user manuals or books.
Yeah.
So my team accountants are wasting their time trying to read those and understand how to print things.
Yeah.
When they could be doing what we need to get done for our clients. So I just think it's really time consuming there, and I'm getting phone calls with questions about different features, and I have no idea.
That's totally definitely some big issues. I mean, going back to that one about Dallas, I mean, what would it mean? Like, what kind of issues is that creating? The fact that you are able to send out those
I mean, I think
remotely.
it's just time consuming. If someone needs to print something, having to come back to the office to get that, if they're out of client side, they could just print it there and it could be there for someone.
Definitely. And I mean, how much time do you think that that's been causing extra for you guys?
Probably a couple hours a week.
Oh, wow.
Between, not just me, but for everyone.
Yeah. For sure. Well, I mean, what would you be able to do you think, with those couple hours if you got those back every week?
I mean, I think a lot more productivity, a lot faster results, and solutions for our clients.
Yeah, solutions are definitely important, especially when you're trying to keep those clients on board.
Definitely.
And then I know you mentioned the San Francisco office, how you have those 2 printers, and it's kind of been hard to figure out and like working all those features.
Yeah.
That's obviously wasting time that you could be implementing towards work. Is that creating any other issues for you besides just that time issue?
I mean, I think really just the time, but no one understands it. And I actually have 2 tech ops people that work under me, and they are traveling a lot between Dallas and San Francisco. Then we have this office as well. So for 2 people to support 3 offices is really time consuming. And San Francisco, with all their issues with those features, the senior partner over there just keeps weekly calling me, begging for his own tech ops person.
Yeah.
And like I understand, and I want to be able to provide him that support.
Yeah.
But the second he gets one, I know Dallas is going to want their own, and hiring more technical people is not something that I planned in my budget.
Yeah.
Something I really don't want to do, but if it's the only solution, then it's something I would have to do to support.
Definitely. You gotta do what's best for the company, for sure.
Exactly.
And hopefully avoid all those phone calls as well. So talking about that support, I mean, you said that cuts into your budget. It wasn't something that you were planning for. Is it creating any other issues besides just like getting all those phone calls? And then
I think it's overwhelming on me. All the teams are feeling less productive and overworked because to do the work that they need to, it's extra hours because they're wasting so much time trying to fix the printers. And then I just know my 2 tech ops are always stressed, always traveling, always having issues to deal with. So I think right now everyone is just very overwhelmed for something such as printers.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me just take a second to summarize everything that we talked about, make sure I got it all correct. We talked about the Dallas office, all those new people, how they have some recommendations for those mobile access and being able to print remotely, and how that's kind of wasting some time, and you could really be applying that to get those results for your clients. And then in the San Francisco office, I mean, those 2 printers, how all the features, definitely hard to use, wasting time there as well. I mean, everybody traveling and stuff, and you'd be able to apply that back to making results for your customers as well. And then that last one that I kind of picked up on was just that extra support that your people are looking for, and how that could be wasting some of your budget, overwhelming. And obviously, a solution to that would just be making everybody more comfortable and satisfied.
Right.
Does that all sound correct?
Yeah. One thing though, I know you guys are a New Jersey-based company, right?
Yes.
Kind of like ourselves. I think we might be needing someone that is more on a national level.
Definitely. So would you say that it's like access to the support that is really like the concern there?
Yeah, I mean, like I need our Dallas and San Francisco offices to be able to get the help they need, even though they're in different time zones. Like if you guys are based out of New Jersey and it's 4-hour time difference in San Francisco,
definitely.
That's going to be like the kind of same thing that's going on now with me. So I don't want to pay more money for something that's really not going to make a change.
Yeah. So Actually, we do have 9 different locations in 6 different states up here in the Northeast, but because of our partnerships with some big companies like Xerox, we really do offer not only like that local support, but support on a national level as well. And we have a 24/7 unlimited call center for you guys, so you'll be able to make not only like have somebody on site if necessary, but make that 24/7 support call as well.
Oh, awesome.
Does that help you like
that
alleviate that concern?
Yes.
Awesome. Well then, if I'm able to show you a solution that could really solve these needs, would you be willing to consider us as a partner to be working with?
You can save.
Great.
Do that? Yeah, that's
definitely. Okay. Well then, I'll jump right in. I wanted to show you a little bit about Xerox. I mean, I know I mentioned the different locations to you, but we were actually founded in 1996. So we have over 20 years of experience. I mean, we have over 200 employees, so we're really able to give you that immediate support and access that you were kind of talking about. And then I know we mentioned having that access to the remote mobile abilities, and we do have that, and I know I told you that. So we actually have the ability for you to print remotely through a mobile and the cloud readiness, which connects straight to the printer, and you're able to use various apps like Google Drive and different things like that. So you can just print one button on your phone and print perfectly remotely, and it'll just send to whatever printer across any of your locations.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then I know the second thing that we talked about was just all those features and how it might be hard to figure out. We actually have a really easy to use user interface, so it should be able to have more of that mobile look, so it should be able to help everybody kind of get to know the systems, and it's the same on all the systems. So once they learn it once, they'll understand it all.
Cool.
And then the last thing was just that support that we talked about, and I wanted to show you that we have both the end user support that I talked about before and on-site support. So it's completely up to you. We provide it all. I mean, we are a full service IT vendor. I mean, we used to just sell the Xerox printers, but now we're here to support you with whatever you need.
Very cool.
So I think what this means for you is really just like we're able to increase your efficiencies, decrease your costs, and automate everything for you, and then hopefully make your employees a little bit happier. So do you see how CDS would be able to do that for you?
Yeah, no, definitely. If you would be able to do those things, I think it'd get us back to focusing on what we actually need to do and not so much on the printing situation.
Definitely, and I know that's important. So I mean, I'm really excited. I see a perfect fit for us here. I would really love to set up a second meeting to kind of go back with my team and create that perfect solution for you. So when we meet again, I can show you exactly what that would look like for you.
I mean, if you can email me that like solution proposal that you made with your team, send that to me in an email, and then we can follow up and go from there.
Definitely, I will totally send everything that we talked about today and all the slides that I showed you in a deck after. Let's put a tentative date on the schedule though, just so that we can have a meeting in place, and if you need to adjust it at all, we totally can. Would next week work, Monday or Tuesday at 8 or 9 a.m.?
I mean, I think before we book the next meeting, like I'd like to review it. Like if we're just gonna talk about like what I have in the email. I mean, I think I could probably spend my time doing better things right now.
I agree.
So we can just leave it and just see.
Yeah, I know you mentioned like just talking about the things that are in the email. The whole purpose of the next meeting is not to talk about what we talked about here. Here, I just wanted to talk about what you need. The next meeting is just to show you exactly how we can fix all those needs. Instead of just like the little summary I gave today, it'll be an in-depth analysis of exactly what your needs are.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be helpful.
That would be great. Okay, so does Monday or Tuesday of next week work, 8 or 9 a.m.?
Tuesday probably will work.
Okay, morning or afternoon work best for you?
Mornings.
Okay.
It gets crazy.
Would you say like 9 a.m.?
Yeah, 9 a.m. should work.
Perfect. And then you said there was nobody else that needed to be involved, right?
No, it should just be me, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well then, thank you so much for meeting with me. I'm really excited for our next
Thank you for taking the time.
Of course, anytime. And let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, perfect.
All right,
thanks so much.
You.
It was great meeting with you.
Do I leave or?
I don't know. You did awesome.
Thanks.
Very good.
Oh, that was kind of stressful.
You made it though, in time and everything.
Okay.
Good job.
So now I just leave?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
thanks.
good.
I need to get a photo picture real quick.
Oh, okay.
Just like interaction photos.
Okay.